Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen and in this video I'm going to be sharing my red, beige and green flags. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, get your notifications on, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, I think that's everything, and let's get into the video. Okay, so this is a video I've wanted to do for a little while and it's just because I've been thinking about myself as a person, as like from a sort of a friendship perspective, from a romantic perspective, and I just thought it would be a fun video to make. So as you can tell, I'm going to start with red flags, and feel free to judge me on any of these. Also, if you want, share your red, green and beige flags in the comments because I like to judge other people's. So let's get into the video. Okay, my red flags. I can be very obsessive, so if I get something into my head that I want to achieve, I go after it quite relentlessly. To the point of maybe my own like lack of well-being, or I'll put this goal above everything else in my life. So if I get very obsessive about something, then until I achieve it, the obsession doesn't stop. So I guess that's kind of a red flag. I'm a bit of a liar. I can tell some white lies sometimes, mostly to avoid hurting other people's feelings though. So I guess there's some good intent behind that. Next question. I will put my career ahead of you. I guess this is linked to being obsessive, really, but I will put my career ahead of you. I'll put my career ahead of me, though, so don't take it personally. I am stubborn and I will not compromise. Again, this is linked to the obsessive thing. In fact, I'm starting to think that maybe the obsessive thing is just the main red flag, and all the other red flags are just like little bows on the red flag. I don't know. Anyway, I'm stubborn and I will not compromise. I will compromise occasionally, but I'm very unlikely to compromise because I'm really stubborn and I know what I want and I go get it. And again, yeah, a red flag. I can be manipulative. Next question. I have a tendency to build emotional barriers and shut down emotionally. This has caused me a lot of problems in my life, actually. So, especially in friendships and, you know, in dating, because I'm not always open about how I feel and what I think, and that can lead to people feeling that they don't really know me, or feeling that it's hard to connect with me. So yeah, I have a tendency to build emotional barriers. I'm working on it though. I'm working on being more open. Alright, and my final red flag, before I move on to beige flags, I have to be in control of my own life at all times. I'm a control freak. So this is probably very much, again, linked to the stubbornness and obsessiveness, but I am a control freak, and I tend to, like, not throw a fit exactly, but throw a fit if I'm not in control of my own life. So if I feel like something in my life is spiralling out of control, I'll be obsessed with getting it back on track. So, those are all my red flags. Next we are going to move on to my beige flags. I'm a beige flag, do you like it? Anyway, on to my beige flags, of which I have identified 4. I talk in my sleep. So I've mentioned this before if you've watched my 25 facts about me video, but I talk in my sleep. So if you're ever sharing a room with me, then that's something to be aware of because I say some quite weird stuff. It's not a red flag, it's not a green flag. That's why it has to go in the beige flag section. I'm addicted to sushi and bubble tea. I spend too much money on both, but I enjoy it. So is it really a waste? Arguable. I have way too many planning documents and spreadsheets. Maybe this is leaning towards the red flag end of the spectrum because it sort of plays into my controlling and obsessive tendencies. But I have way too many planning documents and spreadsheets. My Google Drive is like bursting at the seams at this point. And finally, my sleep schedule can be wildly erratic. So I might stay up until 2 AM talking to people about life, and then I might also have a week where I get up at 5 AM every morning and do my productive stuff. So that's also a beige flag because it's very unpredictable and it really depends on whether I'm at uni at the time or if I'm on holiday or all of that kind of stuff. So those are all my beige flags. Finally, let's move on to green flags. Okay, this is the bit of the video where I get to big myself up. So I tried to think of exactly the same number of green flags as red flags and I succeeded. So I have 8 of each, 4 beige flags. Here are my 8 green flags. I can be very passionate, whether it's about a person or what I'm studying or an interest of mine. I can be very passionate and I pour everything that I have into it. So I'll give it my whole focus, my whole attention. I'll make it my identity, my sense of self. So I can be very passionate about something, and when I really love something I put a lot of time, energy, money, effort into it. And I think that's a good thing. Let me know if you also think that's a good thing, but I think it's a good thing. I will bend over backwards for someone I really like. So I might not prioritize a lot of people, but if I prioritize someone, then I will really, I'll put a lot of energy into them. I can be really affectionate, and yeah, just really, it can be really intense. I love learning, and I'll be curious about new things, so I'm the biggest nerd ever, and I'm very proud of it. And yeah, I just love learning, so I'll pick up a book. I am the Wikipedia person. I always have a Wikipedia tab open. I'm trying to think, the last Wikipedia page I had open was about Brownian motion. So yeah, anyway, I develop a few bonds, so it's very much in my friendships and my dating life, it's like quality over quantity. But again, those people I will bend over backwards for. I'm upfront about my boundaries. This is something I'm really proud of myself for getting better at, because I used to be terrible with boundaries. I'd let people walk all over me. But recently I've got a lot better about my boundaries and about stating, right, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, up front. And if people break my boundaries, I've got a lot better at standing up for myself. So I think that kind of communication is actually quite a green flag from me. I have a lot of self-awareness, and I constantly engage in self-reflection. The fact that I'm doing this video means I have a lot of self-awareness. I like to journal, obviously that's part of this, and when I'm journaling I'm always writing about whether I'm, you know, how I feel like I'm doing in my life, whether I did something wrong, or what I'm doing well, what I can improve on, so I'm always reflecting on what I've been doing, and I think that is maybe the greenest flag on this list. I'm hyperproductive, I have big dreams and concrete plans, and I tend to achieve quite a lot. So if I set myself a goal, I'll usually achieve it, and if I don't achieve it, then I'll usually achieve something else which I'm quite happy with, which is sort of in the same area as that goal. So yeah, I think that's a green flag. I have a lot of ambition and a lot of drive. Finally, I'm extremely responsible, organised and good with money. So this is more sort of about how I just run my life in general, but I've got a lot better with money over the last year. I made a video on finances, I will link it. And I'm the queen of calendars. I like reminders, I like setting alarms and routines and so forth. And so you can bet that if I need to go to an event, there is a 99% chance I will remember. And also I will be responsible with money and so forth. So those are all my green flags. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I make videos like this all the time. If you have any ideas for any more videos, shove them in the comments, because I love hearing from you, or message me on Instagram. Always love to talk to you guys. Anyway, love you all. I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!